The film review wasn't a lot of fun on Sunday. What was it like for you?
In this profession, you always got to look at everything with a critical eye, even when you win. Obviously, when you play a game like that in the second half, you dissect pretty much everything from personnel to how they play to how much they play to what you're doing, all that kind of stuff, and you work to get better and make it an educational experience for the players. Because what the thing that's so was so frustrating is how great we played in the first half. And when you hold a team to 0 yards rushing like that, as explosive as they are, 6 points, and then you really, when you look at all the goals we want to reach from a game standpoint, I mean, we pretty much had reached every goal, but getting turnovers in that first half, and we had the lead. And what we've got to learn is, it takes 4 quarters, it takes a second half, and I think it also shows you there's a small difference between being really really good and not being where you want to be, and you got to make sure that you hone in on your detail and you pay attention, because when you play a team that's that talented and a guy that can get a seam and make things happen, then you get some results like you got on Saturday. So I think that you got to utilize that, you got to educate guys and move forward with it, and our guys have done a good job responding. I've been pleased with the way we work, and we're looking forward to getting out there on Saturday.
Have you seen a change maybe in practice from some guys wanting to prove that
Well, I
second half
think
was?
I think that anytime you're moving forward, you're obviously going to try to prepare each week the same. But I think sometimes as you move forward, if you've had a disappointment, sometimes guys, in being a competitive person, you may have a little edge, a little chip that you're ready to get back on the field, improve things, and hopefully that carries over into a positive way the way you perform on the field in practice and in the game. So we've got some guys that are looking forward to playing Saturday.
Would will you make any moves or any changes?
No, we're going to keep playing our guys. I mean, you're still always working to develop guys and things like that, but pretty much we're going to continue to play the guys that we've been playing and work it.
From your seniors, your leaders, if you'd like to see how they've responded this week, and
Yeah,
maybe a little
everybody's
more
doing.
vocal or anything like that?
Yeah, those guys have worked hard. I think that when you look at the guys that were our captains, Rankins, Burgess, Kelsey, I think those guys have all done a good job. Like I said, I think we've had a good 2 days of practice so far, and you just got to understand that you can play like we did in the first half, and there's a small window between the way you can be really really successful and productive and not having the results you want. And that's why it's important to pay attention to detail, because when you face guys that are fast and can get seams and guys get displaced, they'll take advantage of it. So I think that can be an educational experience for some guys, and understand that it's important that we do it right all the time and we play for 60 minutes.
What do you expect from Boston College? Power run game?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at them, they pride themselves on being a physical team. That starts with the physical identity of the head coach and with what they do. They play multiple tight end sets and fullbacks and things like that to try to pound you, wear you down. They test your discipline and your mental toughness, because their quarterback is an option quarterback, read zone quarterback, which means you've got to account for more than one kind of play or one area on a play each snap, from the inside zone to the guy getting the ball in the perimeter and things like that. So, that tests your discipline, makes sure that you need to stay where you are, and that's something that's going to really test us. So we've got to understand that they want to play physical and they want to try to run the ball and pound you, and we got to be ready for that.
How's Keith Kelsey, injury-wise? Petrino said it would take him a little while. He's going
Yeah.
through the protocol, that thing.
He's good. He practiced today, and he did all the stuff that we would normally do on a Wednesday, and fully expect him to be fine moving forward.
Tackling was an issue in that second half. Is it a fundamental thing, or is it tired?
Well, I think that number one is first of all, you got to secure the tackle. I think there's a couple times that you maybe saw guys trying to dislodge the ball before the tackle to create a play. The most important thing is securing the tackle. We've for the most part been a good tackling team, but when you face guys that have speed and you don't, what happens when you give effort and energy is you close seams down, and there's going to be missed tackles in games, but when guys are giving effort and energy and closing to the ball, those things don't show up to the naked eye. But when there's displacement and you can visually see it, it becomes pretty obvious to people. So I think that we still go through our tackling circuit every week like we always do. Obviously, you're going to emphasize things that you feel like you need to correct from the last game in this week's practice. So we've addressed those things and been really pleased and proud of the way the guys have responded and look forward to playing Saturday.
If they play 2 tight ends, you get 7 across that front. Is that difficult for a 3-man front defense?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, we're gonna be, varied in our fronts and what we can do. But for the most part, in a 3-down front, you can play against any kind of sets that they play. And in some ways, it's an advantage because you're allowed to be balanced when they're balanced. But we'll mix it up and play 4-down, 3-down, that kind of thing.
Is it any concern trying to replace Keith Brown for that half, or you feel like you can?
No, we'll get. I mean, it's not like it's a full game. It's one of those things that you'll just get through it for the first half, and we already have a rotation, set in. It's just that guys may have to play a few more snaps in the first half to get through it. So we've obviously practiced that way, and we'll manage it.
Trevon and Fields
Tremont
together.
Oh yeah, you got Trayvon, playing. You got Fields playing. So you have those guys. Hearns is a guy that could do a little bit for us. So we'll manage it and find a way.
Does it feel to get back to practice?
It feels great. Obviously, Florida State game didn't go as we wanted it to, but that's the great thing about this game. There's always another week. So we came back, practice hard this week. We put together 2 good days. I'm gonna come back tomorrow for perfect Thursday, and and hope to go out and execute that way.
Coach Petrino said it might be difficult to watch some of the game film. Did you see that yourself with the guys in the room when they're watching game film?
Yes, like I said, the game didn't go how we wanted it to go. We've addressed the issues from that game, and we put it behind us. That's all we can do in this game. You can't allow one game, to lose you another one. So we come out here with a great attitude, practice hard, and we hope to, go out on the field this, Saturday and execute, the way we know we can.
Coach Petrino seemed genuinely confused about what happened first half versus second half. Have you figured anything out after watching film?
Like I said, it's just one of those games where, it didn't go how we wanted it to go. But like I said, we came out here, great attitude, great mindset, and we're planning to put it behind us. We plan to go out here on Saturday and, come out with a victory and, hopefully, put, like I said, put that behind us and nobody will be thinking about that.
Does Boston College do well?
They want to line up and run the ball. That's their whole mantra. They're physical, they're tough. They want to line up at 22 personnel, run the ball down your throat, play action pass, things like that. We know we have to come out, establish a new line of scrimmage, run to the ball, tackle well, things like that, and we'll be fine.
As a D lineman, do you like that? Do you like a team saying, all right, we're going to try to run?
Yeah. These are the games. We've talked about it in the D-line meeting room. These are the games we relish. Guys, trying to establish a certain toughness, a certain oomph at the line of scrimmage, so to speak. So we're going to come in with a great mindset on Saturday. And we know it's going to be physical. That's what we want up front. And we plan to do what we do.
It seemed like more defensive linemen played against Florida State. Did you see more from some guys?
I did. I think it was a lot of guys growing up. It's mid-season. Guys have kind of gotten their feet wet. Guys have gotten comfortable, with the playbook and things that are being asked of them. So guys were able to get some shots out there. And guys made some plays. Obviously we didn't make enough, but like I said, it's a learning experience. We're moving forward from it.
Boston College has got the #1 defense in the country. I mean, is that a little bit of a challenge to you guys that you want to say you're better than this team that everybody is saying is the best team?
Not really. We try to focus on what we have at hand. We're trying to focus on Boston College's offense. And go out there and stop them. Get the ball back to our offense. Let them go make plays.
They have a true freshman quarterback. Is that something that you guys can take advantage of? Lack of experience there.
He's got some good reps. He's played at Clemson last week. I think he's played at played against some good schools in the ACC so far. So he's got some good experience. He's made some plays from what I've seen on tape. So true freshman or a senior. We have to go out there and stop him.
It's been a while since you guys have played at Papa John's. How nice is it to be back at home?
It's going to be a great feeling to be back home in front of our fans. It's going to be noisy. We know, they're going to get behind us. And, we're going to rally behind them.
What's your opinion of these early starts? Do you like them, or does it take a while to get the sleep out of your eyes?
No, I don't mind them. Maybe as a freshman, a couple of years ago, maybe I had to adjust to them. But once you've been playing in college, you just kind of get used to the early starts.
After the way the second half went, how ready are you and motivated and anxious are you to get back on the field and prove yourself?
Real motivated. You know, like I said, that didn't go how we wanted it to go. That's not what, you know, me or anyone else on this defense wants to leave on tape, you know, our lasting impression on anyone. So being able to go back out there on Saturday and get another shot, you know, to prove, you know, what we know we can do, you know, it's going to be great for us.
Sheldon, was the one play that Cook ran, he broke a lot of tackles. I mean, what was that play specifically like to go back and look on film? I mean, was that hard to look at?
You know, it's definitely hard to look at, you know, but like I said, you know, it's something we addressed. It's something we put behind us. You know, we got guys, you know, that's in everybody's mind. You know, it's all over ESPN, things like that. You know, guys will never forget that. You know, so I think, you know, it kind of lit a fire under some people. So like I said, we put it behind us, and we're coming out here every day, running to the ball, things like that. You know, breaking down the tackle, and you know, and we plan to do that the rest of the season. Let it show up on Saturdays.
You know, you guys are 2-4 right now. Where do you kind of think about that? How the first half has gone, and that being the record, and then maybe what you have ahead?
I try not to think about it really. You know, try to take it one game at a time. Obviously, like you said, you know, 2-4 is not the way you wanted to start, but you know, but it is what it is. You know, somebody has to be the loser, and you know, and sadly we've come up, you know, with 4 losses so far. But going into each week, we know it's another opportunity to go out there and get a win, and that's the mindset we come in this week, next week, and the following weeks.
Do you view that you guys have, I guess, less margin for error now as far as trying to get back to a bowl and things like that?
Really not trying to think that far ahead. You know, try not to think, you know, or maybe we're our backs against the wall or anything like that. Like I said, just one game at a time, knowing we have a chance to get a W every week, you know, and we'll take it from there.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.